So the developers behind Goner have recently released some new gameplay footage of their upcoming semi-open world dinosaur game. In this gameplay teaser, we're thrown into the world of Goner to explore the more eerie and dark aspects of this game. When I say dark, I mean both figuratively and literally. Seriously, this gameplay is dark as fuck. This gameplay does take place at night, so a lot of the stuff that takes place will be harder to see. Despite that, there are some things that happen throughout this teaser that seems genuinely intriguing. So let's talk about it. Now before I get started, I do want to say that this game is still in its early stages, so a lot of the things here are subject to change, but I'm still going to critique it. So we start the game off at its rather basic title screen. Not trying to insult it by calling it basic, in fact I think its simplicity adds to the ambiguous nature of this game, which I think is what they're going for, seeing how it is a dinosaur horror game. But once we spawn into this mysterious world, it's nighttime, which in my opinion is probably a unique way of starting your survival game. Most survival games start you off in the beginning of the day as to give you time to prepare for the night, but this game goes balls deep into the horror straight away by spawning you in the worst time, indicating that you have to move fast if you want to survive. At least that's the vibe I'm getting from this. If you don't believe me about the dangers of the night, well, take a look at what happens when you don't heed warnings. So this game seems to be taking a Turok approach here by giving you a chance after a dinosaur attacks you to try to escape the jaws of said dinosaurs, by letting you mash a button to try to get away from it, which I think is a pretty neat feature. Of course, you have to resort to just kicking the dinosaur away rather than stabbing it repeatedly with a knife. From what it looks like, the raptor's eye is the weak spot that you're trying to hit, so if you manage to do that enough times, you'll be able to get away from the raptors. But the rest of the gameplay is really just you wandering around the dense jungles in the dead of night, occasionally picking up stuff that can be used as materials to build something more useful in the future. But the gameplay ends with you just being jump scared and attacked by a raptor while in the middle of a field. I guess you should have stayed away from the fucking long grass. How many times do we have to go through this, people? So I don't have a whole lot to say about the game itself as of right now, just maybe minor things like the fact that the graphics don't look all that good at the moment and the dinosaur models definitely still need some work. Overall, there wasn't a whole lot of gameplay, which again is to be expected seeing how they aren't completely done with everything. But in case you guys haven't heard, Goner has reached its goal on Kickstarter, which was receiving about $29,000 to be fully funded, and they've officially reached that goal like 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry I'm late on mentioning it, but good for them. I'm glad that Goner is going to be a reality, and I can't wait to see them progress and improve this game as we get closer and closer to launch. But now we're going to go ahead and do what I should have done over a month ago and actually take a look at the official Goner Kickstarter, which I think released on August 6th? I don't know, I forget. It was like sometime early August, and already after a little over a month, or around a month, they have reached $34,268 at the time that I'm recording this. So they've done pretty well, I'd say, for the first month. They've already gotten, I think $29,000 was their initial goal. They've already gotten past that. So Goner is fully funded. It's gonna, you can see it right here. It's 100% funded. It's gonna happen. But as of right now, anything they surpass, they have like a list of goals, and if they surpass like a certain amount of money, they're going to deliver on certain things for each goals, and we'll get to that because they actually have on this page. But first, let's get to, well, we've already covered the story, the gameplay teaser that we actually recently just saw. As far as updates go, they update you guys on pretty much anything new that's happening. They recently revealed the dinosaur, which I thought was really cool. It's nice that they're gonna have more creatures in their game, but I think the reason why they decided to reveal the dinosaur was because I think they reached a goal on their Twitter. One of the things that they were doing is if they reached a certain amount of like Twitter followers, they would reveal the, like certain dinosaurs or creatures that was going to be a part of their game. Yeah, here we go. To reveal the next one, we will need to reach 750 Twitter or 500 Instagram followers. And they have revealed other creatures. There's the Troodon and the Edmontosaurus. The Edmontosaurus, they clearly took some inspiration from Jurassic World Evolution. I'm just saying, I feel like they should have maybe gone a different direction, because like, I'm not gonna say like, you know, Jurassic World Evolution like completely owns the design of like this crest on an Edmontosaurus or anything, or the overall look, but you know, it comes to a certain point where it starts, if it looks almost exactly identical as that one, like you begin to question whether it was inspiration or if you're just blatantly copying off of them. And I'm not trying to say anything about Goner, you know, I'm just giving my thoughts and my opinions. That's just updates right there. Here are their stretch goals. They've reached two stretch goals so far. Their initial one, which was $24,600 to get it funded, and now their second one they've already reached, which is $29,600, which is the addition of the Quetzalcoatlus. So that's pretty cool. The next one is actually going to be the addition of an aquatic dinosaur. Sorry, not dinosaur. The mosasaur, the marine reptile add-on or addition. Sorry, the mosasaurus, with new game mechanics and interactions. I'm sorry, guys. I can't read, I can't talk, I'm just really tired. And after that, apparently there's going to be mod support, biome addition. Goner on consoles. That's actually really cool. And they still got a ways to go. You know, that's a $100,000 stretch goal right there. So this is definitely something that would be interesting to see on a console, because I feel like we don't really see a whole lot of these like dinosaur PC games that like have been announced. We don't really see them migrate to console just because I guess it's just harder for them to actually port them on console. I don't know much about video games enough to know how difficult that actually is, but I'm assuming it's hard enough to the point where I guess smaller creators can't do it, because you don't really see it all that often, or at least I don't. I mean, you know, there might be there's definitely indie games on like consoles, but you see indie games more prominently on something like PC. There's going to be a VR game mode. I'm hoping that they're able to do all of this, you know, because I do remember at one point I did have a discussion with the lead developer of Goner on the Discord, and we were talking about one of my criticisms towards his game, which was the animation of the dinosaurs and how I felt like it looked pretty stiff, and I wasn't the hugest fan of it. And he told me that it's because they didn't have somebody like a person that was able to do the dinosaur animations like properly. And if we go back up here to let's see to the updates, they actually got somebody to join the team to actually give to do the animations. So good for them, first off. It makes me happy to see that they're actually like, you know, they're gonna try to improve on stuff like that. It's great to see that. But still, it looks like that they're gonna be struggling on certain aspects of this. I'm hoping that they don't, but you know, it seems like a lot so far for all of these stretch goals. But let's see. It looks like there's going to be a game mode at $220,000, which honestly, in my opinion, I feel like game modes would be over something like a VR game mode. So wait, okay, I'm confused. I thought it was going to be on VR, but now I'm reading VR game mode because I didn't see that before for some reason. What does that mean? I don't even know what VR game mode means. Is it an actual like game mode within the game, or are they putting it on VR? I don't know. I don't know what they mean by that, but I'm assuming it's maybe a game mode, but they don't really explain it, so I don't 100% know. But in this game mode right here, you team up, gather dinosaur eggs, and bring them back to your extraction point against other teams and dinosaurs. So yeah, that sounds fun. I think that sounds cool. And okay, so here are the game modes right here. So there's survival mode and there's story mode. Survival mode, your only goal is to live as many days as possible. You eventually earn rewards and achievements that will boost your stats and skills to equip and use in your next tries. But for story mode, you start the game with a clear mission. Find your mother and her missing crew. So, pretty simple story, not much on that quite yet. I'm pretty sure they'll get to it. Then get the hell out of there. Along the way, you will learn more about the island and its dark secrets, meet unforgettable characters, and get yourself involved in interesting side quests. And game features are things like, senses, camouflage, kind of basic things, skills. There's biomes, there's a day and night cycle, apparently a weather cycle. I pretty much went through all of this, I'm pretty sure, at my last discussion video, but yeah, like for this game, there's gonna be like safe spots that you can like rest and get away from dinosaurs, but they're only mainly used as like temporary spots. You're gonna have to like find yourself a more permanent spot. But when it comes to that, I don't actually think that there's gonna be like any actual building, like Ark style building. I think it's going to be very limited because the whole point of this is to be like semi-open world. You can do what you want, but within like a lot more limits than something like Ark, because Ark you can really do whatever you want. That's a really open world. What makes Goner unique? So there are tons of dinosaur survival and survival horror games in the market, but none compares to the game's premise of being stranded alone on an island with deadly creatures and many other threats. We are used to confronting these types of games as heavily armed military trained a warrior or an experienced survivor. This time you are just a regular person without these special skills. Goner's main goal is to make you experience fear through immersion in a hostile environment where every decision you make is important to stay alive. The dinosaur models, sound, and behaviors are going to be accurate with the latest scientific research. Alright, well, I mean, so far from what I've seen, I think they're attempting, but I don't think they've gotten it completely like on the nose quite yet as far as being completely accurate. But regardless of that, going on to Goner's main goal, I like that. I like the fact that they're actually trying to make you feel like you're truly in this situation where you're just surviving. They want to immerse you into this situation where you don't know what you're doing and you're not supposed to, which I guess adds on to the horror-inducing aspects of this game, which is good because I'm pretty sure that a dinosaur horror game is something that people have been wanting for a while, at least from what I've seen. So other than that, they have them breaking down the budget for the game, which of course a majority of the at least a good portion of the money they're making is going towards development, but most of it is going towards other things, as you can see, the rewards, taxes, fees, and outsourcing. And speaking of money, this is pretty much their list of rewards that they're planning on giving out. A lot of it's already gone, which good for them. I'm glad to see that even their main one, which I think is over $1,000, is gone. Not sure who got that one, but they're definitely getting a lot of shit with that. That's really cool. But yeah, a lot of it is already gone. It feels surprising because I always feel like something like this would always be like slow burning. I always feel like it would take like a long time for them to reach a goal, I guess. But it's good because this is what's selling in the market right now. This is what people actually want. They want a game like this, and I guess, well, that's pretty cool. I didn't even see this. They're gonna apparently, I guess they have merch now. I didn't even know that. I know that they had this, that this was gonna be a part of their it's like a tooth or a claw USB thing. It's really cool. They actually had that as one of their rewards, where if you donated or backed up the project with a certain amount of money, you actually get that. And I'm pretty sure that it's somewhere here. T-Rex statue. T-Rex and Raptor statue with the Goner design, custom dinosaur tooth USB 32 gigabytes pen drive with soundtrack. That's really cool. That's actually really cool. It's really nice. All the stuff looks nice. I'm hoping that it's like this quality thing, because for those people who are actually backing the project and getting everything, it would suck if this just ended up being like a cheap piece of plastic that was just like 3D printed after like a week, spent a week being 3D printed. Yeah, they have a bunch of cool things. They have a bracelet. They have a custom cap. They're working with a lot. I feel like for a small indie game, you don't really see this with other games. So this is actually very impressive, at least in my book. I think this is really cool. But they have postcards, and they have a 15 centimeter T-Rex statue and a Raptor statue. That's really cool, actually. But my question is this just a statue? Is it just going to be like a gray statue, or is it going to be color? I'm assuming maybe this is the final product of the statue, but I don't know. Maybe they might give us some color. I don't know. I don't really know. But what are add-ons? Add-ons are items you'd like to add on the rewards already included in your current pledge. To give you an example, if you pledge for the Welcome to the Jungle tier and you want to add, let's say, the USB pen drive, you can do it via add-ons now. And they basically, from here, they just kind of give you they just kind of go through that step on getting to it. So community goals. Oh yeah, so here are their follower goals, which if you reach a certain amount of followers, or I guess likes or whatever on your social media, you could reveal dinosaurs, which I think is neat. I think it's nice to show the things that you're going to be adding into your game. but you know, some concept art that we've already seen or things that I've already showcased on my channel. All right, the roadmap. This is something that I did want to cover on you know, today right here, because this is one of the more interesting things about the Kickstarter. It's basically showing you how far they've made it so far. They haven't made it too far yet. I guess they started all the way back in 2018, the early fourth quarter of 2018, which feels like a while ago. Just because 2020 has been quite the rough year. It just makes it feel a whole lot longer than it actually really is. So that's when pre-production started. The prototype stage, third quarter of 2019. Right now we are on the third quarter of 2020 with Kickstarter. Are we still in the third quarter? I think we're heading into the final quarter, and then alpha access will be released in late fourth quarter of 2020. So that's pretty cool. And then the third quarter of 2021 is when early access is going to be. And I didn't know this, but apparently story mode is going to be released in 2022 in the third quarter. So wow, we still have quite a ways to go. But you know, after talking to these guys on Discord, it's quite clear that this is a passion project of theirs. They really want to put in all the effort that they can into making this game and all the time that they can. And the fact that it's going to be releasing in 2022, or at least the main story mode is going to be releasing in 2022, is honestly fine by me. This is definitely something that I think people want done right, and seeing how these guys see this as a passion project, I think they, more than any of us, want to see this game done right. But yeah, the team is very small and they're very nice people. I haven't had any actual like negative experiences with these guys at all. Every time I've talked to them on Discord, they seem so open to any ideas and suggestions that we have at all. Both people who are supporting the game and collaborators who are helping kind of spread the word, which is kind of what I think that's what I'm labeled under. But yeah, I've suggested to them some things that they can do to improve the game, and they are actually taking certain things into consideration. So it's nice to see that they're actually listening to people, and they're not just being you know, douchebags that can't take criticism. You know, like some people that we know in these indie dinosaur game communities. But this last part goes more in depth about themselves as the creators of this game, and it talks a little bit more about Loco Players, which are the name of the small indie studio working on this game. So we are Loco Players, a small indie studio based in, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because I'm going to get it wrong, Canary Islands, Spain. The team is composed by 6 passionate and motivated professionals developing our first dream project, Goner. And yeah, if you guys want to learn more about these guys, definitely give this a read, because I'm not going to go through all of this because that is a lot. Anyways, so open development. We want Goner development as open and public as can be. After Kickstarter ends, we are going to keep working, posting every progress for you to see and give us feedback. You will be able to keep track of every task in our Trello page and talk directly to us on our Discord server. So yes, again, these guys are very open to like any ideas. We will continue with our online devlogs and videos for any major upgrade. We believe in not hiding anything and keep you informed all the way, not only to come clean and gain your trust, but because we strongly believe you can help us to make a better game. So yeah, that's pretty much their entire Kickstarter page. And that's pretty much all we have to cover for today. That was their Kickstarter page. I didn't cover everything. There's a lot of stuff that I left out just because it didn't seem too important. If you guys want to take a look at the Kickstarter themselves, or if you just want to back this project, I'm going to leave all of that in the description down below. But yes, definitely, if there is a dinosaur game that you want to support, if there's a dinosaur game that you want to see become a reality, you should take a look at this game. You should at least consider this game. But I definitely think Goner has a lot of potential to be a very good game. And if you guys, you know, are following this game and you do want something, like, if you want to at least give some feedback to these guys, definitely go on their Discord. I'm pretty sure they'll appreciate it. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say for now. I don't have too much on this game. They haven't released too many new things. But I'll be sure to be as up-to-date with this game as possible, and I'll be sure to let you guys know if there's anything else that's happening with Goner. I'm definitely going to cover more news if it comes, but I pretty much covered everything in terms of Goner. If you guys want to stay up-to-date with anything else, then be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and that's pretty much all I have to say for now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and please have a nice day.